Whether or not the princess ends up with Wu Chen is beyond our control. However, if she wishes to inherit the throne, her spouse must be of equal social standing. So, what we need to do is simply find a way to prevent Wu Chen from receiving the honor of becoming a duke. Exactly. Although it feels a bit wrong to betray him, we have no choice. Should we have a hacker sabotage his newly developed game? Would destroying his hard work make him hate us after he finds out? If he ends up unhappy with us, won't that be counterproductive? We can't consider that right now. We have to choose the lesser of two evils. Hey, you guys, do you only know how to confront things head-on? This situation probably has more than one solution, right? Sounds like Miss Xiang here has thought of a better approach. Up until now, there have been quite a few women around Wu Chen, right? Is the one who's been with him the longest the best among all of them? The ones who came later are far better than the first, aren't they? Did he abandon the first one? Did he ignore her? Did he treat her badly? Wu Chen, he treats me very well, very well. So, are you saying we should do nothing? Just remember the proverb / adding legs to a snake / and decide what to do for yourselves. As I understand it, the Monaco royal family intends to award honors next year to those who contribute the most to the national economy. Exactly. So, what we need to do is invest in Monaco. A year from now, if our economic impact surpasses what Wu Chen's game brings, we'll be fine. Phew. No need to mess with Wu Chen, that's great. Let's start by relocating Jean Fu's overseas headquarters to Monaco. That way, it'll be easier for European royals to connect with us, and we'll have a more solid foundation for the royal exclusive jewelry line. If there's anything I can help with, just let me know. My sisters are all so amazing, and I can't do anything, just holding them back. It seems we overlooked how the younger sisters feel about this. We're family, if we unite our hearts and efforts, that's enough. Your task is simply to do whatever Wu Chen has assigned to you to the best of your ability. Understood? Got it, Sister Ruobing, we understand. Such a gentle side to Miss Li is rare to see. How interesting. After a long day, Your Highness, get some rest early. No need to invite me up. But, there's no need to say anything. I get it. Call me if anything comes up. Bye. This Wu Chen, I've never seen a man as confident as him. But we still have to be cautious of the guards around the princess. The men from the Big Circle gang, I trust you with her safety. Don't worry, we won't bring shame to Mr. Wu and Master Lu. Humph, I see. You realized it's hard to act around the princess, so you've quickly changed targets. Fine, let's see what tricks you'll play next. My sleepiness is starting to creep up, isn't there any move to attack yet? 1 hour later. Fine, I'm too tired. I'll take a shower first. Huh. Spent an hour just to set this up here, huh? Since this has started, I guess I'll just play along with you. Damn it, what is this? Scared the hell out of me. Hey, front desk, come check this out. There's something wrong with the shower, the water's acting up. I can't bathe like this. An information broker who managed to dodge the first wave, you're quite skilled. But this is where it ends. Not necessarily. What? You drank that coffee. And you're still not poisoned? Sorry, information broker is just one of my identities. Nancy, you actually know nothing about me, while I, on the other hand, know everything about you. Everything the Queen told you is a lie, Nancy. You've been deceived. What are you babbling about? Didn't they say that impure thoughts would cause a virus? Right now my mind is filled with impure thoughts and I can't even control my hands. See, how impure I am. No. Don't touch me. I'll be poisoned to death. 2 minutes later and no. Don't, I will. So, how does it feel? Not only are you not dead, but you even felt a little good. That's why I said you were deceived by the queen. And of course, the reason you believe her nonsense goes back to your tragic childhood. Your parents were mine workers with such demanding work schedules that they couldn't take care of you and had to leave you with your grandfather. But your grandfather was a worthless man who spent the living expenses your parents gave him on food, drinks, gambling, and brothels. He didn't care about you at all. One day, when he ran out of money and couldn't afford to pay for more brothels, he set his sights on you. So, you were violated by your grandfather. But as a man who frequents brothels, your grandfather had all sorts of STDs. Unfortunately, you contracted gonorrhea and soon your lower body started festering and oozing. Even worse, he turned the tables and accused you, saying you were promiscuous with thugs from a young age and caught a disease. Your parents were outraged and threw you out of the house. You roamed the streets for half a year, dirty, smelly, and diseased, almost on the verge of death. That's when you met the queen. Shall I stop here or would you like me to continue? Since you won't say it, then I'll speak up. The queen never looked down on you. Instead, she took you to the hospital and had doctors cure your illness. From that moment, you became the queen's personal maid. Under her arrangement, you studied various skills and grew stronger. The queen took you back with two purposes in mind. The first, I can't say now, and the second is to raise you as her confidant to assassinate Princess Lala. The queen knows very well that a woman's greatest weakness is love. So, to keep you from falling for a man and disobeying her, she fabricated a story based on your childhood trauma, that impure thoughts with men would make you sick. How could that be? The queen wouldn't lie to me. Just now, you felt something, didn't you? That's a natural adult reaction, the very impurity the queen warned you about. Now, want to test it? See if the so-called impurity spreads sickness when you touch a man. Didn't you say the queen wouldn't lie? Then test it out. Decide for yourself whether the queen or I am deceiving you. Alright, just move over a little. The queen has done so much for me. Even if it puts my life at risk, I'll prove whether she lied to me or not. What did the queen say? That just touching would spread illness. Now that you've touched me, is there any virus? If you're not convinced, you could touch a little longer. 10 seconds later. Don't overreact. This is just a natural physical response. After all this time, has your hand contracted any sickness? It's still moving perfectly fine, no signs of sickness. The queen truly did lie to me. Now that you understand, I hope you'll refrain from getting involved in matters between the queen and the princess. The princess is leaving Qatar for Belgium tomorrow to inspect Osman Pharma Group Company Limited, in which the royal family holds shares. Information merchant, don't let her go. I've fulfilled my duty to the country and your highness. But betraying the queen, my life-saving benefactor, This isn't betrayal, silly girl. You don't even know the queen's first purpose for taking you in. How naive you are. Princess Lala's matter is now something I can't ignore. The queen and that doctor have successfully angered me. Huh? Mr. Wu, what are you doing here? Is Her Highness heading to Belgium to inspect the Osman Pharma company that you think may be problematic? You know about that, too. If I told you Osman Pharma has issues, and you're unlikely to find anything but are sure to encounter danger, would you still go? Mr. Wu, didn't you say that a country's heir needs to have an iron will, exceptional courage, and resolute action? Fearing danger would only make my father and you laugh at me, wouldn't it? With Her Highness's determination, I'll accompany you. Remember, stay close to my side. With Mr. Wu as my bodyguard? All right, I understand. Belgium's suburb of City M. Osman Pharma, Group, Company, Limited. Osman Pharma Chief Executive, Wen Renlong. Your Highness, are you here for an audit or? No, I'm here to inspect drug research and clinical trials. Your Highness, feel free to look at whatever you wish. Let's start with the Red Center. Your Highness, to enter, we need to change into dust-free attire. Entrance to the R/U0026D Center. Let me help you change, Your Highness. This dust-free attire looks fine. Mr. Wu is so close, I can feel his breath. The princess can look around freely, but please don't touch anything. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Regardless of whether the Highness understands or not. Is there only one Red Center? Of course, Your Highness. Establishing a Red Center costs a lot, and without approval from the Royal Treasury, who else could afford to build one? If the Highness has no further questions, shall we head back to the office to talk in depth? Fine, let's head back to the office. Your Highness, it would be best if I helped you change. Mr. Wu, there was no problem putting it on, so there should be none when taking it off. In our country, we have a saying, better safe than sorry, Mr. Wu, I need to use the restroom. Alright, I'll take you. Mr. Wu, wait outside for me. If I need anything, I'll call you. 6 to 7 minutes later. It's been a while. Why hasn't she come out? Your Highness, are you ready? If so, please respond. Your Highness. Ugh, my head's so heavy. This place is filled with high-density, colorless and odorless toxic gas. This is bad. The Highness has been exposed inside for so long, her body must have suffered irreversible damage. The princess using the restroom was a chance event, impossible to predict beforehand. It seems the entire facility is rigged with traps. The person who could track her every movement and trigger them immediately is likely him. Dr. 1. System, reset. And so, the gears of time turn back to this moment. Your Highness, now the evidence is clear. If Mr. Wu hadn't arranged a decoy, then the one who would be dead from poisoning right now, would be me. Arrest Dr. Wen immediately. What are you doing? No one has the right to apprehend me except His Majesty and the Queen. Condominium row. That may be true, but Dr. Wen, would you prefer to discuss your past with the current Queen of Monaco here, or back at the palace with the King and Queen? What do you know? Your Highness, I hope that no matter what you hear, you won't overreact. Dr. Wen and Grace, the current Queen of Monaco, were classmates at the Medical School of Imperial College London. Due to shared interests, the two of you quickly developed from classmates into a couple. Shortly after you two got together, Grace became pregnant and gave birth to a son. However, the hospital found out that the child was not biologically yours. The doctor said that the child was actually your brother's. You argued and fought with the doctor because you were an only child. So, you conducted your own test and discovered a shocking result: you are a chimera. In genetics, a chimera is a person where two embryos fuse together and develop normally, similar to conjoined twins. However, in some cases like yours, one embryo develops normally while the other is entirely absorbed within it. Inside Dr. Wen's body is fused with your brother's cells, though he has no consciousness and no independent organs. That chimera child was abandoned and died soon after. To have a child that was purely yours and Grace's, you attempted in vitro fertilization. Grace thought you had gone mad and broke up with you. Later, you found Grace again. You told her that a pure child was successfully conceived and you persuaded her to give birth to that child herself. Mr. Wu, are you saying that my sister, she isn't the king's child? At this point, there's nothing more to say, I am at your disposal. The underground research center has been destroyed by Lala's men. Mr. Wu, next, I need to return home to handle my sister. I don't feel any guilt that as the heir of the nation, Your Highness, it's your responsibility and duty to do so. Mr. Wu, please hold me tighter, I need you to give me a little more strength. Your Highness, don't be afraid. Relax and rest well. A few minutes later, why are you all here? Could you explain, just a little? Darling. Mr. Wu. I'm here to help fulfill the promise between you two. The new show has released 4 episodes and is getting an excellent response. Little Yi's popularity is booming right now. You haven't forgotten what you promised her, right? Boss, why don't you make it official and let me be your woman? Xiao Yi, if you genuinely work hard for your dreams, then when the new show achieves results, I will fulfill your wish. Remember, darling, are you concerned about such things now? Of course, I'll put effort into family matters. Darling, take care of your work first, we'll handle the rest tomorrow. Mr. Wu, I didn't let you down. The new show's performance is reasonably decent, I know, silly girl. For today, I've secretly learned a few things. Mr. Wu, close your eyes. Xiao Yi, at a time like this, maybe you're the one who should close your eyes. I love you, Mr. Wu. And so, they battled rough most of the night. Awake? Did you sleep well? The next day. Mr. Wu, who had been awake for a while, was waiting for me to wake up naturally, and in this position, his arm must have gone numb by now. Mr. Wu, you're so gentle, can I stay by your side like this forever? What are you saying? Of course, you can. You worked hard last night, so rest a bit more. I'm going to find Ruobing. Darling, tell me, what serious business did you want to talk about last night? After you left, the Hua sisters ran into trouble. Zhua Kaiyang reported their cosmetics factory for excessive pollution discharge. He's teamed up with some leaders, trying to acquire and restructure their company. Zhua Kaiyang. That scoundrel. He wants Hua Lei to go bankrupt so she'll willingly end up in his bed. He's dreaming. I'll go explain things to Princess Lala and return to Donghai afterward. Your Highness, your sister's situation shouldn't be blown out of proportion. I trust you'll handle it properly. I'll arrange for someone highly skilled to protect you discreetly. His name is Lao Dao. If anything special arises, I'll consult with Mr. Wu. The next day, in Modu. Ms. Lin, you seem to be in a good mood. Your young lover is messing around outside, are you going to do anything about it? For you to arrive here without alerting my bodyguards, you're not an ordinary person. Are you here just to chat about Zhua Kaiyang? What has he done now? International Investment Bank Infinite Investment Leader Lin 11. He's irrelevant. He's just a tool to catch Ms. Lin's attention. Actually, I just came here to get to know Ms. Lin. There are plenty of men who want to meet me, you'll have to get in line. Why do I feel like I can cut in line? With a net worth of 60 billion, Ms. Lin, you probably thought you'd never have a successor, which is why you've been indulging in young lovers. But what if I told you that you actually have a son? What did you say? In this cycle, Lin 11 ranks fourth in my list of intriguing women. Unlike me, who's had millennia to learn various skills in these loops. Lin 11 has never really put effort into studying anything. She's a super genius who understands things instantly and excels at anything she tries. But she used to be a hopeless romantic. She married at 25, had a child, and the family lived happily together. Unfortunately, when the child was 3, they went on a road trip. Her husband died instantly, her 3-year-old child disappeared during the car's fall down the cliff. Lin 11 was impaled by metal fragments, injuring her uterus and ovaries. If a passing villager hadn't found her in time, she wouldn't have made it either. Lin 11 was rushed to the hospital and saved, but she lost the ability to have children. From that moment, her life took a different path. Losing her passion for life, Lin 11 originally just wanted to earn a living but ended up becoming a financial powerhouse because of her sharp eye for investment. She no longer desired love, thinking herself no longer a complete woman, and instead, she indulged in young, fleeting pleasures. In order to test if Lin 11 could still feel love, I've tried every method imaginable throughout these 1,000-year cycles. The answer I discovered is this: I need to reunite her with her child, who didn't actually die but was separated. Awaken her maternal love, and that should do the trick. If you want to know your son's whereabouts, we'll need to make a little deal. What kind of deal? My transaction may be small, but it's definitely not casual, Ms. Lin. Go to the office and bring a lawyer. The place has changed, the lawyer's here. Is that formal enough? Can we discuss your deal now? I won't beat around the bush, Ms. Lin. I want 51% of Infinite Investments shares and to become an executive director. Infinite Investments may not be great, but it's still valued at around 60 billion. You're asking for half and think it's a small deal. Never seen anything this ridiculous in my life. This guy must be insane. A fair transaction requires a solid basis. In the folder on the left is Infinite Investments' operational status documented after Ms. Lin found his son a month ago. In the folder on the right there's a letter from Ms. Lin, asking me to take charge once the status in the left folder occurred. If these two documents don't match what actually happened, the equity transaction is void. The lawyer will hold on to these folders. How's that sound? Mysterious and somewhat bizarre. Fine, we'll do as you say. Take the folders and keep them safe. Now, please leave. Where's my son? Don't ask too much, Ms. Lin. You'll naturally find out when the time is right. 10 days later, during the accident years ago, he was thrown from the car, rolled down a hillside, and hit his head. By a twist of fate, a passing monk saved him. He's been here ever since, living as an anonymous little monk. Here, this is the paternity test result. He's my son. He's my son. Son, Ms. Lin, your son injured his head back then and remains unable to speak. You won't be able to communicate with him. What did you say? My son, he's mute. Don't be agitated. I have a way to cure him, but you must believe in me. If he can be cured, I'll take him to America. I've hired the best doctor. I'll pay whatever it takes. That's the issue. His condition isn't something modern medicine can cure. That's why I said you'll need to trust me. Fine, I'll trust you one more time. With your word, Ms. Lin, there's no time to lose. Let's set out immediately. A day and a half later. We've come all the way to this remote village to treat my son. Are you sure about this? Ms. Lin, do I seem like I'm joking? It hasn't even been 3 days since the Tong family left, and now we have another distinguished guest that it's been a while since our village has been this lively. Elder Jew, we wouldn't disturb you if it wasn't for an urgent matter that we hope you can use your Jew family's unique skill, the Taisu 9 formation, to examine my friend's child. The Taisu 9 formation, that's just an exaggerated reputation from old friends in the martial world. Elder, there's no need to be modest. As for the person you're concerned about, I've already negotiated with him. Pengcheng's compensation fund has been transferred, hasn't it? Are you, Wu Chen, Mr. Wu? Sorry about that, I was just giving the usual spiel for outsiders de Mar. Wu, please don't mind. You avenged Pengcheng, so I owe you a debt of gratitude. Whose illness did you say needs treatment? Treatment begins. Mom, that's wonderful, it's wonderful. Lawyer, open the folder on the left and compare the recorded operational status with the current situation. Due to the chairman's negligence and an internal mole leaking information, Infinite Investments is currently being shorted by several companies. You found your son and poured yourself completely into him, losing your sensitivity to the market. No, to be precise, your son's return reignited your passion, shifting your absolute focus from work to personal life. Wu Chen, temporarily, the company is yours to manage. I've been waiting for those words, Ms. Lin. Listen, 2 billion will soon be in your account. Execute everything according to plan. News, City A's restaurant industry faces a major shakeup due to the Tong family's new model. News, on-site cooking service to solve the issues of overpriced and poorly made takeout. News, download the app to reserve dishes and chefs, allowing workers to enjoy clean, fresh, and delicious meals for just 15 yuan. News, within half a month, the major platforms in City A, including Amichuan and others, are facing massive drops in business. Ms. Lin, the phone's rung 40 times. Are you really not going to answer it? 1 week into treatment. Ms. Lin, the company's finances are 20 days into treatment. What are you doing here? Wait until we get back to talk about anything. XINR, I've sent you a file that in the meantime, reach out to as many people as possible who meet the criteria. Then, wait for my call. Got it, Chen Ji. 1 month into treatment. Let me rephrase it to make it more tangible for you. Ms. Lin, given the current situation, can you think of any solutions? You can't think of anything that your mind is a complete blank regarding work matters. Rather than letting Infinite Investments slowly wither away, why not let me try running it for a bit? Ms. Lin, your son just started recovering. Surely you wouldn't want him going without a meal down the road. Wu Chen, temporarily, the company is yours to manage. I've been waiting for those words, Ms. Lin. Listen, 2 billion will soon be in your account. Execute everything according to plan. Shiner's work is reliable, such a big movement in just half a month. Wu Chen, in less than 2 weeks, City A's dining industry has been turned upside down. The Tong family's new model is about to launch nationwide, tapping into a trillion-yuan market. Infinite Investments' reputation has been restored, and the returns are beyond estimation. Even in my prime, I might not have done it better than you. So, what's next? Now, I just want to know if what's in this folder is really that miraculous. Ms. Lin, you've lost your motivation. I've lost my motivation. Sigh, it suddenly reminded me of when we met almost 2 months ago, and you said you could cut to the front of the line. You're really something else. Ms. Lin, the outrageous part hasn't even begun yet. I want to see just how outrageous it can get. Then let's begin. You. I still want more. So much pleasure, it feels like I'm about to lose consciousness. Ms. Lin, I've just warmed up. I'm in perfect condition, let's go again. No, my God, how are you like a perpetual motion machine? It's time to hit the crucial point in conquering her. After all, in the 1,000 years of looping, I've already learned that rekindling her maternal instincts with her son and reigniting her zest for life will culminate in the ultimate experience of passion. Because over the years, she's been with countless men and her threshold for physical pleasure is set so high that the ordinary won't touch her soul. Those 5 hours earlier were still far from the peak of ecstasy. Trust me, Ms. Lin. 1 hour later, Wu Chen, this man, his ability in corporate warfare is no less than mine, maybe even greater. What's remarkable is his apparent ability to foresee the future. For example, how did he know what I wanted to say in that letter? As a simple, pure man, he's so extraordinary that I can't comprehend it. It's even a bit like feeling the injustice of fate. Why couldn't I have met you sooner? All these wasted years on meaningless men, what was I even doing? Looks like Lin Shi's heart is mine. Dear, what's wrong? The provincial leaders are hosting a youth entrepreneur summit in 2 days. The matter of Ubilese's acquisition will soon be brought to the table. I know. Haven't we been preparing for this for the past 2 months? Don't worry, dear, wait, what's going on over there? Who is she? I'll explain when I get back. Her arrogant attitude, dear, you'd better make sure she gives me a reasonable explanation. The explanation Ruo Bing demands is a small issue. What I didn't expect was how serious Ms. Lin's love-struck symptoms would be, far worse than anything I encountered in these 1,000 years of loops. 2 days later, Main Hall No. 1, Donghai Youth Entrepreneur Summit Shaozhua, about the Ubilese acquisition, considered it scrapped. Think of a way to resubmit a new proposal. Leader, but, no one mentioned scrapping it before, why suddenly? Leader, weren't you fully involved in the research and discussion of my proposal? You know its advantages post-acquisition, especially its impact on boosting Donghai's GDP. Stop wasting words, Swa Kaiyang. Who are you? Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is that the leader has chosen my proposal. Oh. And what exactly is your proposal? Ubilese's emissions exceed the standard. I'll fund new equipment and a complete overhaul. As for pollution, we'll handle the treatment and compensation properly. I assure the leader, there will be no trouble for the municipal or provincial committees, and all issues with the involved parties will be resolved. Throwing money at it? Do you think this is just a money problem? With such a rotten enterprise, Donghai's business environment will be questioned. Ruining the reputation, what good is your money? Such a big accusation. Fine, let's talk about the business environment. Have you heard about the Tong family's new model in City A? Their first nationwide rollout will be in Donghai. This is one of the most discussed and positively received initiatives. Can it not positively influence Donghai's business environment? The Tong family, interesting. You claim their first stop is Donghai. Why, are you a Tong yourself? I'm not a Tong, but the Tong family is only here because I invested in them. Wait. Isn't it infinite investment that funded the Tong family? What does it have to do with you? Don't tell me you're claiming to be part of infinite investment. Using the money you got by licking Ms. Lin's boots to put up a front and create Taiha Capital, you've been fooling people outside for so long that you think you're someone important, and your obsession with Hua Lei, what kind of sickness is that? What nonsense are you spouting? Keep it up, and I'll sue you. Sister 11, your feet smell so fragrant, so sweet. I love them. Sue me. Aren't you worried this video might be seen by lawyers or judges? Speaking of suing, Lin 11 might have to sue you. Over the years you, a bootlicking scumbag, have spread rumors that Ms. Lin likes being with you, even claiming to be her boyfriend. You what? From now on, I'm reclaiming Taiha Capital. And you're forbidden from tarnishing Ms. Lin's reputation again. Reclaim Taiha. Who the hell are you? Sister 11. Scumbag, were you about to hit him? Didn't seeing the video he sent you make you realize anything? Without me, could anyone have obtained that footage? Haven't you asked him multiple times who he is? Let me tell you now, his name is Wu Chen. He's a major shareholder and executive director of Infinite Investment and my only boyfriend. Got it, now scram. Wu Chen, are you satisfied with what I did? If you're happy, how about a kiss as a reward? The leader's still here. The lounge isn't a formal occasion, feel free. However, I'd like to confirm something. Is Infinite Investment really moving its headquarters to Donghai? Of course. If he says so, it's a done deal. Alright, I understand. Carry on, I won't disturb you. 1 hour later, Li Ruobing's villa *. Was she here to explain or provoke me? Dear, move closer. Let me demonstrate for you. Ms. Lin, 1111, little 1111. This is Li Ruobing, my girlfriend. I'm introducing you so you remember to address her as your elder sister when you meet. This is your new woman. How did she turn out like this? It's her first time feeling joy, she's a little overly excited. Now you know, back then she wasn't provoking you. Starting with Qingying, most of the women you've found since have had some strange illnesses. She won't stay like this forever, will she? How can we? How can we what? Miss me already? Give it 2 days. Once little 11's symptoms subside, she'll be fine. 2 days, humph. 2 days later, you'll be cleaning up the Hua family's mess again. Just wait and see if I'm wrong. Western District, the production factory of Ubailizi. Discard all these old machines and this old factory. Move the facility to the new industrial park. I'm happy to have Mr. Wu's investment, but I feel so guilty spending so much of his money. After all, I already troubled him a lot last time. It's not my personal investment, it's Infinite Investment backing you. If you want to thank someone, thank Director Lin 11 of Lin Corporation when the time comes. Oh, is that so? Then, if we hold a thank you banquet later, Mr. Wu, you have to join us. No problem. By the way, I've completed a sample of the beauty soup. Do you have time to take a look? Sure, let's go see the beauty soup you made. Here, Mr. Wu, take a look. This is exactly the right flavor. Now we just have to wait for the new factory to be built, and we can mass produce it. While researching, I experimented with a different formula ratio and it turned out to have incredible weight loss effects. I'll show it to you when it's ready. Sis, what's going on with you two? Sis, why are you kissing him? I've never kissed him, so, he likes my sister. Then, what did I mean to him before? Wah, baby. Mr. Wu, you're injured, don't move, I'll disinfect and treat the wound for you. Barbie Bar, I always knew he had lots of women. That didn't matter to me, I never dreamed of being his only one. But, sharing him with my own sister. I. Young master, look, that seems to be the youngest of the Hua family from Ubailizi. Young master Bai Showan of the Bai family from the northeast. Interesting. Young master, after all the effort you put in to discreetly eliminate those boy toys Lin 11 had relationships with, isn't this the perfect opportunity to approach your goddess Lin 11 openly? I thought about taking out Swa Kaiyang too, but I worried she might get desperate during a vacuum period and find someone else immediately. Humph, leaving a foot-licking simp isn't a big deal. Who would have thought Wu Chen would steal the limelight halfway through? The more I think about it, the more I feel bad for you, young master. You always manage to bring up the sore spots, huh? Young master, in my opinion, why don't you? Heh. That's a pretty good idea. It seems heaven is still on my side. 2 days later, brother-in-law, the bridge project is going smoothly over here. The city center clubhouse renovation has also started, and Zhuang Yuan and Guizi have recruited the staff for me. We're set to trial run in 3 months, make sure you come by then. Sure thing, Tai. Someone's here to see me, and Tai. Let's catch up next time. I get it. Talk to you later, brother-in-law. Take care. Miss Hua. Mr. Wu, Bei hasn't returned home for 2 days. I can't reach her no matter what. Could it still be Swa Kaiyang causing trouble? Do you think we should call the police? Come in and sit, that I'll have someone investigate right away. Chen, the info you wanted has been sent to your phone. Take a look. 10 minutes later. This face, let me think, the Bai family from the northeast, Bai Showan. At least we have news. Mr. Wu, let's head out immediately. No, Miss Hua, this person isn't easy to deal with. Stay home. I'll bring Bei back. I've been waiting for you for 2 days. This girl is almost tired of playing with me. You're so slow. Let her go, you bastard. You really want to fight me? There aren't many people in this world who can beat me. Bai Showan, know who you are. Smuggling weapons for northern nations, embedding yourself in their global intelligence networks, then sharing that intel with the government, earning you special privileges here. You're a great fighter, but if this is a life-or-death fight, the one who'll die, is you. Instead of wasting time thinking about killing me, maybe think about how to save her. After 2 days of drugs, her nervous system is probably fried. Ha ha ha. I'm taking her now, that if you try to stop me, you're dead. Bai Showan, I'll settle this with you after I save her. The next day, Lingnan, Tujia Village Elder 2, my friend is in critical condition. I must trouble you once more. The poison has entered her meridians. The Tai Su 9 arrays asterisk can only prevent further deterioration, but curing her will require powerful medicine to expel the toxin. You seem hesitant, Elder. Does this / powerful medicine / not exist? It's not that. The cure requires the gallbladder of a white king cobra. However, given the severity of her poisoning, the amount needed is enormous. Ideally, the bile should be extracted from a live snake for maximum efficacy. Then, Elder, how much exactly are we talking about? At least enough bile to fill a small swimming pool. All right. I'll figure it out. Hey, buddy, I've arranged for the items to be delivered by plane. However, we're good friends. Don't hold back, just tell me. It's not an issue, it's just that you needed this so urgently, I had to negotiate a deal. North America's Scarlet Mary, the pet queen, has a case in Huaxia. That's fine. Fair trade. I'll figure out the rest. Tricky, alright, then I won't disturb you anymore, buddy. 4 days later, Elder, I've extracted all the White King Cobra bile as per your request and injected it into this pool. What's next? Mr. Wu, now you'll need to hold Miss Hua and submerge her in the pool completely, leaving only her nose and mouth above the surface to breathe. Is that all? Use one hand to support her and the other to press on her Tianqi acupuncture point. Xiao Hua, you must get better, please. Mr. Wu, the toxins in Miss Hua's body have been mostly expelled. The rest is recuperation. Please remember, during this recovery period, she must remain calm and avoid emotional fluctuations. Understood, Elder. Thank you for your efforts. Hello, who is this? I am Mary Stanfield, introduced by Tom Demar. Wu, could I trouble you to meet and speak in person? Scarlet Mary Stanfield Breakslands.com. Forgive my unannounced visit, but I couldn't wait any longer. Tom mentioned you to me. I apologize for not reaching out sooner. I've been tied up these past few days and haven't had a chance to review your case. No problem. Explaining it in person works just as well. Here's the situation. My friend returned to Huaxia to handle some personal matters. Her name is Deng Jiujie, she's from Huaxia. While handling her affairs, she caught the eye of Qiao Biancheng, a second-generation official undergoing grassroots training. He fell for her at first sight, using excuses to delay her processes and began pestering her. A few nights ago, Qiao used another excuse to meet Jiujie, and things escalated. He got physical. Unable to bear it, she fought back and ended up kicking him, rupturing one of his testicles. Sai, his father, retaliated by having her arrested, and 2 days later, she was imprisoned. I don't have strong connections within Huaxia, so Mr. Wu, could I ask for your help? If it's not too urgent, I can think of a solution. But at the moment, I truly can't manage it. Understood, Mr. Wu. I'll wait for your news. 2 days later, Xiao Hua. You're awake. Wu Chen. If you only like my sister, why are you here for me? You don't even like me. Xiao Hua, what are you talking about? Whether it's you or your sister, I like you both the same. I'm talking about the kind of love between a man and a woman, not the / you're talking about. Mr. Wu, remember, Miss Hua must stay calm during her recovery. Emotional fluctuations are to be avoided. My feelings for Hua Lei blossomed more out of gratitude after she risked her life to save me. I didn't expect Hua Bei to misunderstand. During my millennia of reincarnations, I never crossed paths with them, so I never considered the possibility with Hua Lei or Hua Bei. But now, her recovery must take priority. The love I mean and the like you mean are the same thing. Really? You love me too. But I was once drugged into a vegetative state. I don't even know if my body functions normally. Don't be afraid. If there's a problem, I'll take you across the world to fix it. I promise. 3 days later, Dong Hai, young master, did you enjoy the drinks today? Not bad. Too bad that girl didn't agree to come to the hotel. But it's fine. We'll try again tomorrow. Drink. Ha. Who's this crazy woman? After spending a fortune to find out why Mr. Wu couldn't help with Jiujie's rescue, I discovered it was this man who harmed his lover. So, taking this man out will free up Mr. Wu to save Jiujie earlier. There are few in this world who can beat me. I won't fall to a woman. Don't know why you're targeting me, but I don't care anymore. Die. Wu Chen. By Shiowen, we still have old scores to settle. Do you think I'll let you add new ones? Firing at our young master. You're dead meat. You think you're qualified to fight Mr. Wu? Damn it, this crazy woman is with you. Shut up. Hua Bei just recovered from a serious illness. I'll spare your life for her sake. Don't think having foreign backing means you can act recklessly. Remember, if this happens again, I'll make sure nothing of you remains. Trying to help you seems to have caused more trouble. I gave my word about Deng Jiujia's case, so I'll figure it out. But don't act like that again. This is Huaxia, not North America. Understood, Mr. Wu. I acted impulsively. What's going on here? You big bad guy, close your eyes and come with us, honey. We've never seen you so exhausted. It breaks our hearts. From now on, for 2 whole days, my dear, you're not allowed to do anything yourself. Leave it all to us. Big bad guy, does this massage feel better? Dear, we heard you haven't been eating or drinking properly these past few days. Promise us you won't do that again, okay? Husband, here, some bird's nest soup. Open up, ah. Also, big bad guy, isn't this the first time you've endured over 8 days without, you know? Just thinking about it makes us feel so sorry for you. Ah, last night's sleep was amazing. It's been so long since I felt this good the next day. Dear, you're awake, don't wake up Xiao Mimi and Qingying. Come outside, I need to talk to you. I know about Scarlet Mary and the favor you owe her. The official who arrested Deng Jiujia is Minister Qiao Zhenbang, my father's classmate. He's infamous for spoiling his son. This situation is tricky. I know quite a bit about young Master Qiao's exploits. I have solutions, but I'm afraid if I take action, it'll open Pandora's box. More innocent girls might suffer as a result. But I can't ignore the life Mary saved. We'll just have to take things one step at a time. I knew you'd go, so I set up a meeting under my dad's name with Minister Qiao. Hopefully, he'll give him some face. The next day Beijing, if it weren't for old Li's face, I would have had the guards throw you out. You have 1 minute. Speak. High Official Minister Qiao Zhenbang. Minister Qiao, I understand your son has a carefree nature. He's fond of romance, but after being injured by Deng Jiujia, he's been left with partial dysfunction. You've sought the best doctors in America, but there's been no progress. He feels his life is meaningless, leaving you constantly on edge. But what if I had a way to cure him? Go on. 1 week later Beijing, a hospital. Dad, I'm normal again. I'm back to normal. Haha, this is amazing. It was supposed to be a desperate measure, but it actually worked. Minister, why not let your son try out my internal prosthetic device? There's no loss even if it doesn't work. If it does work, I even have an enhanced treatment option. Dad, I remember you said that guy surnamed Wu. This thing I've installed has an enhanced treatment option. Isn't he the one asking for your help? Make him hand over the patent. I want to go into business. What did you just say? You've arranged for me to train at the grassroots level, but I'm really not cut out for being an official. My mind is always on making money and chasing women. I'm exhausted. This internal prosthetic device can not only save me but also help countless middle-aged and elderly men. If I market this thing, I'll build a massive business empire. Then I can openly enjoy life with women without causing you any trouble. Wouldn't that be great for everyone? Dad, help me, I'll talk to that Wu Chen again. The next day, the internal prosthetic device works, and I'd like to learn more about this enhanced treatment you mentioned. Minister, you can train with me. The so-called enhanced treatment is actually the Taoist 21 body refinements technique. It's a treasure for health preservation. Take the breath technique for example. If practiced correctly, it can eliminate fatigue in just 3 minutes. With proper training, one can channel vital energy into the Yangming meridian, achieving eternal youth. It really works. In just 3 minutes my fatigue is gone. 3 minutes later Bian Cheng has good judgment. This Wu kid's invention is truly remarkable. Minister, since your son's problem is solved, can Deng Jojo be released without charges? She caused serious trouble and injuries. It's almost impossible to release her without charges. But considering my long-standing relationship with old Li, and since he asked you to find me, I can't refuse him. But the internal prosthetic device must be handed over. And the Taoist 21 body refinements must also be fully taught to you and your son, correct? I had already guessed this before coming to Beijing. No man could resist wanting to claim these two things after seeing them. Once the procedures are done, she'll be handed over to you. Half a day later outside the prison. What's going on? Jojo's been tortured into a pulp state. Fuck, it's not as bad as you think. Let her rest for a couple of days first. Shouldn't you be at the hotel taking care of Miss Deng? Why are you dressed up and on the move? I've been thinking these past 2 days. Jojo has always been carrying a heavy burden in her heart that I need to help her resolve it. That man, Liang X Iota Alpha Omicron. Liang Xiao. The national martial arts champion who teaches part-time and makes hordes of female students go crazy for him. Exactly, that scumbag. In this 1000-year loop, Liang Xiao and I were both disciples under Master Chang Gung on Wudang Mountain learning the Taoist 21 body refinements, he was my senior, but in this timeline, he has no memory of it. Mary, how exactly did Liang Xiao hurt Miss Deng? Can you tell me in detail? Since you want to know, I won't hide it. Let me start from when I first met Jojo. Back then, my business was small. One day, while delivering a pet dog to a student, I saw Jojo. It was love at first sight that she had just experienced heartbreak while studying abroad. It was incredibly difficult to win her over. It was my first time experiencing something so challenging in North America. But after being with Jojo, I realized she didn't like women. She tried to adapt to me mentally, but her body never reacted. I asked her, but she never said anything. Only in her sleep did she occasionally mutter fragmented names and situations. It took me 1.5 years to record her sleep talk and have it analyzed to piece together what happened. Turns out she was deceived by Liang Xiao during her school years. Now that Jojo's in this state, I don't want her to have any regrets. I'm going to break Liang Xiao's legs, drag him to Jojo, and make him kneel and apologize. Ugh. My chest hurts. Are you hurt? Forgive my boldness. This is from my fight with Bai Shiwen. After all, Bai Shiwen's one-on-one skills are no weaker than mine. Mary, your plan against Liang Xiao might not work. He's the national martial arts champion. No, if Jojo doesn't wake up, she'll regret it for life. I must do this. You saved Huabei's life. If you lose your own here, Huabei wouldn't forgive herself. Let me handle Liang Xiao and make him apologize to Miss Deng. Liang Xiao's charm with female students stems from his years of practicing the Taoist 21 body refinements, now that the technique has leaked to Qiao Biancheng, and with the internet being so accessible. I can't let the two of them join forces. No, 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 Jin Shuian, I'm your teacher, teachers can't date students. One day later behind the school alley, Mr. Liang, after school, outside the gates, you're not my teacher, and I'm not your student. We're just ordinary people. Brother Xiao, kiss me, hug me. No, no, not here. Not here. Then, let's go somewhere else. Brother Xiao, I can read your eyes. You love me but can't say it. You're suffering, but I know that I love you too, and I don't want you to suffer. Let's love each other freely. Ah. How did we end up here without realizing it? Jean, what are you doing? Stop, stop. Brother Xiao, don't speak. Well, senior brother Liang, so this is how you do things, huh? I've learned something today. Who are you? What senior brother and junior brother nonsense are you talking about? I don't. Oh. Using the Taoist 21 body refinements to guide energy into the Jingming and Qingqi acupoints of the eyes can hypnotize people, you know. Jean, look here. Brother, turns out you're my true love. My Mr. Right. Sorry, Jean, but you need to cool off for a bit. Senior Liang, no need to be so tense. Who's your senior? Don't be ridiculous. Are you trying to confuse me and sneak attack while I'm distracted? I'm not that stupid. The 21 movements of Taoist refinement *, your skills with it aren't worse than mine, but I'm not here to fight. Remember Deng Jojo? Here we go again, throwing out some random name to get me thinking. I told you, I'm not falling for that. I figured. With all the female students you've messed with over the years, there's no way you remember each one. Cut the nonsense. What do you actually want? I want you to promise me two things. First, offer a sincere, respectful apology to Deng Jojo. Second, never share the techniques of the 21 movements of Taoist refinement with outsiders. I thought you were going to make me swear to stop flirting forever or something. This. Fine, but how would you even know if my apology is respectful or sincere? Because I'll make sure you are. Senior Liang, you didn't think the recording was just you and Jean earlier, did you? Take a look what else is in here. You son of a. Everything you've treasured for years is in here. Even if you've forgotten their names, these are your prize trophies. Fine, I'll do what you said. Dang, it's my fault that I've wronged you. I'm guilty. I'm sorry. Please forgive me that I'm truly sorry. Jojo, open your eyes and look. That Liang guy is groveling like a dog, begging for your forgiveness. Look at the pain on his face, full of regret. Come on, just wake up and see him. Mr. Wu, Mr. Lei, take your time, shout I. The sky isn't falling. Mr. Lei went to meet Director Harvey at his invitation, but he's been missing for a day and a half. Mr. Wu, here's what happened. My brother-in-law and I had a new drama that did well, and a few days ago, we got an Emmy nomination for Best Actress in a Drama Series. Ching brought us to America to check it out. The Emmy nomination is real. Because of that, Ching also got invited by Harvey Byrne, the boss of TWC, to discuss a major Hollywood movie for next year. Ching wanted to land a high-quality deal for you, so he went. But then... Sister-in-law, I get it now. Let me think this over, and I'll get back to you later. Mr. Wu, I heard you say your friend ran into trouble with Harvey from TWC. I might be able to help. He called me a couple of days ago. I often go to his house to take care of his pets. Humph. Ah, is that so? Then perhaps. Senior Liang, wait. Heh, Senior, I still need your help with something. One day later, pet center time for a checkup on the little cuties. Finally, you're back. For the past 2 or 3 days, King of Banter and Earthling haven't been eating much. My joy has gone down by at least 90%. Hurry up and take a look at them. Who? Senior Liang, your 21 movements of Taoist refinement have truly reached mastery. Not only can you hypnotize young women, but even tough guys are no match for you. Ask him, where's Lei Cheng, what happened to him? King of Banter and Earthling are sick. They've been lethargic and not eating well these past couple of days. He's in their room. Watch him. I'll go rescue him. Lei. Brother. Harvey wanted me to lure Xiaoyi's wife out, but I refused. Luckily, I was the only one who got caught. She didn't fall into his trap. Lei, don't speak. Save your strength. We'll talk when we get back. Senior Liang, force him to confess all the disgusting things he's done. This foreign scumbag is so disgusting, worse than even me on my worst days. This guy is completely deranged. Anyone who crosses him gets dragged here, threatened with venomous bugs and snakes, left incontinent, and forced to rot in filth while their body breaks down. Good thing those 2 snakes got sick and lost their strength and appetite. Otherwise, Lei could have been killed. Chang. Sister-in-law, Lei's been through hell these past 2 days. I've called a doctor, they'll be here soon. Who'd have thought? In the half-month since this incident, Lei, you uprooted most of my hidden connections outside the East China Sea while I was away. I need to get back as soon as possible. Yeah, Lei Yu is still colluding with Ding Ruelong. Lei needs to return to Kappa Epsilon Epsilon Rho Alpha Nu I on him. Mary's lawsuit against Harvey got suppressed. They claimed the submitted evidence was invalid. Now the Animal Health Bureau is harassing her shop and her business has been shut down. It's the forces backing Harvey making their move to protect him. Who's the judge on the Harvey case? Judge Salmon Chase. He's notoriously difficult to deal with. Where there's a deal involving core interests, it's never impossible. There aren't many foreigners I remember from my past lives, but he's one of them. When the next president takes office, he'll become a Supreme Court justice, the most powerful man in America. Today's the day. Tom, let's meet here tonight. Got it. 9 p.m. Ugh. You're just a lousy flatterer, and you want to hit on Miss Giada. Are you out of your mind? You've completely ruined the mood at her birthday. Giada, don't leave. I've already taught the troublemaker a lesson. Let's keep going.